In this video, I want to take a closer look at gold and some of the setups that we've had. I want to talk a little bit high level today, and I want to point out something that you can identify as the day is evolving, okay? You want to look at when the market's moving fast, okay? Because that is often going to be the manipulation. So for example, I'm looking at today's price action, okay? This is today. Now, this is basically the Asia session, okay? Now, whenever I see a dump, okay, to me, that's going to be the dump for the pump, right? I've seen this move coming down, okay? And I've always maintained that first hour of the session, this is 8 p.m., okay? So number one, the market will always have a reaction, a movement in the hour, right at the hour. 8 p.m. is the hour, okay? Or at halfway mark at the hour, okay? This is 8 p.m. The market has rocketed down, okay? Now, there's a couple of things that's going on here, okay? Number one is trying to entice short sellers into the market, okay? Number two, you see all these folks here? These guys were long from Friday, okay? It wants to stop hunt all those folks out. Number three, it wants to take all that liquidity, okay? So if I put a little line here, right there, okay? All those folks who were longed in this from Friday have now been stopped out, okay? That's all pre-market. That's the first hour of the Asia session, okay? Now, we stop going down, okay? We start moving up. This could still continue down, but it doesn't, okay? This is 10 minutes prior to the next hour starting, right? If I go to a 1 minute chart, okay, I've already done a video on this because I took this long in front of you live. Go watch the previous video. Look at this consolidation, okay? This consolidation is where, look at the time. It's prior to the opening of the new hour. A couple of minutes prior, I've taken a long setup. I've taken a long trade right there because I know the purpose of this move. I've understood this move coming down, okay? This is a strong move down, very quick. In 3 minutes, the market has made this move down. I understand that is a false move because for one reason, it's in that first hour of the session, right? Number two, I know just from experience that the markets want to stop hunt out anyone that may be long this market from Friday, okay? That's the low, right? That's the gap. I've spoken about timing your gaps in a video recently I did, maybe on the weekend. Go look at that, okay? That there is where the market's reaching for. Essentially, it's about taking liquidity. It could have even gone below Friday's low, but that's to come, okay? That's to come. It's left that, and I'm sure that'll be taken soon, okay? Now, the important thing here to note is new hour, we go up, okay? But where's the real trade? The real trade, the time to trade Asia is 9:30, and that's this candle here, okay? Or maybe a little bit before, right? So I've already spoken about that trade. And I mentioned as I was taking that trade, where are we? We're over here. I said that I've taken this long. I took it off before we took out those highs. And I said if we go above there, so we could have come into the gap. I think I took it off from here. Let me go to a 1 and have a quick look. Yep. So that was a trade there, just from here 9 p.m. up to here. Okay, because from there we could have taken this liquidity and gone down. So I'm out because the real trade's at 9:30, and I said I went to a 5 minute and I said watch these two down candles. Okay, it's these ones here. I said if prior to 9:30 we're above this, then that's going to become the order block, and that'll be the 9:30 trade. Then I took that. I've posted all these on Twitter already. They're already there. Let me open up my Twitter profile and show you. Okay, so there's the first one that I did. Right, that was from 9 p.m. entry up to that gap, as I've shown you here on the 1 minute chart. Okay, let's go to 1 minute. Okay, there's the 9 p.m. entry up to that gap. Right, bang, straight up, and it went through. And I said that if it goes through, I'll show you on a 5 minute chart because the trade's at 9:30. Okay, me trading at 9 p.m. it's just me getting in early for a quick scalp because I understand price action. I'll read the tape. Okay, I said if we are above these two down candles, right, at 9:30, we will pop down into this order block, and that's exactly what we did. So I took that long. Okay, and I have also journaled that as well. Right, 9:30 into the down candles up. But what have I seen to trade both of those? What's the overall chart telling me? That's what I want to teach you in this video. Okay, what I've seen here is that prior to the session, right, we've had a dump. This is the dump for the pump, right? This is all happening in the first hour of Asia, okay? So I know with high probability, we've just come down to stop hunt people, okay? And we're going back up to these highs, okay? This is the market maker buy model. There's the consolidation, okay? There's the move down, okay? Smart money reversal, okay? Order block. As soon as we engulf that candle, we've got to change in the state of the delivery of price. Order block, this down candle, we go through it. Engulfment means change in the state of delivery. Consolidation up here, a dump. Okay, move back down when 9:30. That's a 9:30 candle moves down into the order block. Buy target up here. Okay, I've mentioned before that I don't show and reveal my full position size when I'm journaling my trades. I just want to show you that I've traded in line with what I have said is going to occur in my video. Okay, the video that I did earlier, I showed you my first trade, which was from there to there, and I said if we were going to continue, and then at 9:30 we're going to come into these two down candles. Okay, then I traded that, which is this trade. Okay, now I haven't shown you my complete position size on that small movement. Okay, if I go to a 1 minute chart, on this little movement, okay, from there to that high, okay, just that small little movement up, I've taken multiple trades, okay. Let me, a 5-minute chart's going to be easier to see. Actually, a 15-minute chart's going to be easier to see. There we go. So just on that dump, understanding that we're going to get back up to these highs, I've taken multiple trades, not just the one that I've journaled. That's what I've journaled is just for you to have the confidence that I know what I'm talking about because I'm trading in alignment with that, which I am speculating to occur based on my understanding of the algorithm. Okay, I'm showing you my expertise. Okay, but if I show you just with that small movement, okay, this is my day so far. That's nearly $13,000 in the day. The market hasn't even opened yet. This is Asia, the tiniest of moves. Okay, so what I'm teaching you is really, really important for you to understand price action. This is a dump for the pump. This consolidation tells me that this is a market maker buy model. Okay, yes, it's got to go down, but I know price action. I'm looking at the clock. The best and the safest entry is at 9:30 when it's showing you that the market's changing direction. The market will always give you an entry at 9:30 p.m., which is the Asia time, the best time to trade the Asia market. Okay, so let's repeat. Okay, the market's had a dump. Already, I'm expecting us to move back up here. Okay, it doesn't have to. It can continue going down. Have I lost anything? No, I haven't entered. Right? If we continue to go down, I'm just waiting. 9 p.m. at the new hour, we get consolidation on a 1-minute chart. I'm watching this. I enter. Okay, and I take a position off at a key level. Why did I take my position off at this level here, where after my entry? Okay, if I know the market is going up on a 15-minute chart, and I know that higher probability we are headed above where we are now, okay, above that consolidation on a 15-minute chart. Why, when the market's down here, I entered at 9 p.m., why did I close here? Okay, why did I bank my profits on that trade there? Right, good profit. Why did I bank it? Because at that point, it's not 9:30, number one. I'm entering early. The 9:30 could be lower. So I want to take off that entry prior to 9:30 at a key level, which is there, that gap, right? That's liquidity. I know we're going to go above there. Above there's this gap. From there, we could come down, and the 9:30 could have been below this for an entry to go higher. So that's why I've taken that off, and I've waited. And I've given you my plan on the video. Before it happened, I said, okay, what I was anticipating for my 9:30. Then when I saw that at 9:30 into this gap, into these two down candles, I took another entry. That's the safer way to trade, okay? Even though I know with high probability we're going back up here, which is where we are, I'm okay to exit at key levels, but I'm still putting on my positions as we're moving up. That's why you can see all these positions that I've added in alignment with my direction, okay? So let's recap. There's a couple more things I want to walk through, okay? Prior to the session, we have a dump. Okay, I'm expecting this to therefore be a dump for the pump. We're now at that level. Why am I expecting that? Because there are higher objectives. There's bigger gaps here. Okay, I'm expecting the market to get to this level. So until we get to that level and I see key setups, right, that indicate we are moving higher, I'm going to take those entries. Even though directionally, my bias is to the downside based on the movement that we had on Friday, which I've already spoken about. Go back and look at my analysis video that I posted on the weekend. Let's continue. I want to show you what happened on Friday. This is Friday. What are we doing here? This is Asia. This is the low of the day. I took a long from here. Okay, I took that long on Friday. That's actually Thursday night Asia session, but because I identify Asia to be the first session of the day, okay, I categorize that as Friday has started, even though that's Thursday night in US, right? Because Asia starts 8 p.m. in US, in New York time, but I consider Asia to be the first session of the day, so that's why I call that Friday, okay? So I've taken that trade. I've journaled. Every trade I take is journaled on my Twitter profile for your learning, okay? So let's find that trade. I've done separate videos on this as well. As the markets come down, dump for the pump, right? It's coming down, dump for the pump, okay? Now, this is what? This is a pump. This is a pump for the dump. Look at how it's evolving. Pump, 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 pump for the dump. Here, this small little movement was a dump for the pump. So you've got to have a look at how the market evolving, okay? Let me show you this trade that I did, okay? This was for the dump for the pump, right? I took longs here. This was the New York session, right? That trade's journaled. Everything I'm saying here has already been journaled and videos have already been posted. There is that the trade? That is that trade, yes. Yep, okay. So they're all journaled. The movement down here, this dump I've took, this pump I've taken, okay? That's the dump for the pump. So prior to the session, we've had a dump, so we're expecting a pump, okay? So I want you to understand how the day evolves, okay? This entire move is one massive pump, right? All this is one massive pump, okay? So if we look at this here, it's just one pump, 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 and look at this big dump that we had on Friday, okay? So you've got to identify, and within there we've had dump for the pump, okay? Here, dump for the pump. Here, today, dump for the pump, okay? So you've got to have a look at how the market's evolving, okay? It's always going to be a manipulation prior to the move, okay? You've got to understand the key times. 8 p.m. Asia is not the time to trade Asia. So any market movement in that time, most of the time, it's not going to be always, it's not going to be every time, most of the time, it's going to be the manipulation. Okay, and so you're looking for your setups at the right time to go in the opposite direction, because that's going to be the stop hunt, that's going to be the liquidity hunt. But the real move is opposite if you know the right times. Okay, so I hope the video is useful. I understand that it's going to be confusing, but you need to identify. Have a look at what's happening prior to the session. Okay, to identify, is it a dump for the pump or a pump for the dump? You got to go back and study the charts. That's what I've always said. You've got to go back and you've got to study the charts. Everything I'm talking about, you've got to go back and you've got to identify that on your own charts. It takes time. It takes learning. It takes experience. It takes discipline. It takes psychology. You know, trading is easy when you understand timing and price levels and you have discipline and the right mindset. I hope the video was useful. I want to talk with you in a future video.